Nefesh, Barak, HaShabbat, Ki Israel, Mihaya, Yah. Call to Yah. Make thy voice to be heard on high. Give thanks to Yah this day, for his mercy endures forever. Bless Yahweh. Worship him in truth, strength of body and spirit. May the Shabbat be blessed for Israel by the hand of Yahweh. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. And all thanks, all praise, all glory and honor to the Holy One of Israel, whose name alone is by saying hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Yah is righteous.
Yahweh is righteous.
All the time.
All the time.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
We want to praise and glorify him and honor him this day on the holy Shabbat day. A beautiful day which he has given. A day which we have not seen in its entirety. Neither will we see it again as it is. It is the glory and the mercy of the Almighty Yah that he has allowed us to enter into it. We should be glad and rejoice therein. Give thanks. Hallelujah. Let's turn and start with our readings. We will go to Psalms 122. Psalm 122. I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of Yahweh. Our feet shall stand within thy gates, O Jerusalem. Jerusalem is built as a city that is compact together, where the tribes go up, the tribes of Yahweh, unto the testimony of Israel, to give thanks unto the name of Yahweh. For there are set the thrones of judgment, the thrones of the house of David. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. They shall prosper that love thee. Peace be within thy walls, prosperity within thy palaces. For my brother and companion's sake, I will now say, peace be with thee. Because of the house of Yahweh Elohim, I will seek thy good. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Let's turn to Psalm 92. Psalm 92. Psalm 92. It is a good thing to give thanks unto Yahweh, and to sing praise unto thy name, O Most High, to show forth thy loving kindness in the morning, and thy faithfulness every night, upon an instrument of 10 strings, upon the psaltery, upon a harp with a solemn sound. For thou, Yahweh, hast made me glad through thy works. I will triumph in the works of thy hands. O Yahweh, how great are thy works, and thy thoughts are very deep. A brutish man knoweth not, neither does the fool understand this. When the wicked spring as the grass, when all the workers of iniquity do flourish, it is that they should be destroyed forever. But thou, Yahweh, art most high forevermore. For lo, thine enemies, O Yahweh, for lo, thine enemies shall perish. All the workers of iniquity shall be scattered. My horn shalt thou exalt like the horn of a wild ox. I shall be anointed with fresh oil. Mine eye also shall see my desire on my enemies, and my ears shall hear the desires of the wicked that rise up against me. The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree. He shall grow like the cedar in Lebanon. Those that be planted in the house of Yahweh shall flourish in the courts of our Elohim. They shall still bring forth fruit in old age. They shall be fat and flourishing, to show that Yahweh is upright. He is my rock, and there is no unrighteousness in him. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Let us turn now to Psalms 23. Psalms 23. Psalms 23. For Yah is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou prepare the table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anoint my head with oil, and my cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of Yahweh forever. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Let us now turn to Exodus, the 20th chapter. Here we find the words which Yahweh Elohim wrote himself upon 2 tablets of stone upon Mount Sinai, delivered them into the hand of his servant Moses. even his 10 commandments. And he with these words made an everlasting covenant with the children of Israel, signifying that he would be our Elohim and we would be his people forever. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
And Elohim spake all these words, saying, I am Yahweh the Elohim, who have brought thee out the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no Elohim before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the waters under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. I, Yahweh the Elohim, am a jealous Elohim, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy to the thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of Yahweh the Elohim in vain, for Yahweh will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of Yahweh the Elohim. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, cattle, nor the stranger that is within your gates. For in 6 days Yahweh made heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is, and he rested the seventh day. Wherefore Yahweh blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which Yahweh Elohim giveth thee. Thou shalt not murder. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. And all the people saw the thunder and the lightning, the noise of the trumpet, and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off. And they said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, and we will hear. But let not Elohim speak with us, lest we die. And Moses said unto the people, Fear not, for Elohim is come to prove you, that his fear may be before your faces, that you sin not. Hallelujah.
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 Praise the mighty Yahweh. Yah is righteous all the time.
Both day and night.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
The comments this week we embark on today in our proceedings. The comments this week. Lovely to see everybody. How everybody feeling? Lovely to see everybody. How everybody feeling? All right. From calm, cool, and collective to the hyperactive, all the way in the back. Shabbat shalom. Any comments this week? From anybody?
Shabbat shalom, family.
Shabbat shalom.
First and foremost, I'd like to give honor, glory, praise to the Holy One of Israel, the one who gave everything life and breath, and those that are here, everything that we see, whose name is Yahweh. And Lord, I'm saying hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I'm thankful that y'all let me make it through another week. Everyone here, those that's listening, those that's just awake trying to seek the truth. Um, had a not a rough week, but they sent me to the doctor and I gotta wait for the results of the test. But I just pray that Yahweh, He gonna make everything all right. It's His will anyway. But thankful to be here. Thankful that everyone is here. Family made it. Saying things that's going on throughout this nation. First and foremost, in God's will, let it be. Everything else that we can change, let us, like what we said last week, focus on what we need to do with ourselves to make things better for this world to see Yahweh's light shine. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
All praise be to Yahweh, Holy One of Israel. I say hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I give thanks for just being blessed to see another day. A lot of folks ain't making to see the day. I had went to school with a young lady, and she had just had a birthday the Thursday before last, and she was found deceased. I think it was the TUE day, and it was just crazy because she was just celebrating her birthday, and you take life for granted. Scripture tell you to number your days, and it's a sad thing to see because she left behind children, and the children, of course, are hurt because they have a mother that they'll never see again. And her best friend, they have been best friends since they were 7. She was mentioning how she kept saying, because what ended up happening was she was murdered. And so she kept saying that the brother that took the girl's life from him, from whatever, she was blaming him, saying, you took my best friend from me, but it wasn't him. That was, it was her way out. But yeah, I did everything, everything happened for a reason. And, I didn't mention that to her. I just said prayers up, because she hurting and who am I to put more pain on her, and more salt to the wound. But I just praise God because, man, it's sad. She just had a birthday and now, not even a week later, she gone. So praise God for another day of life. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
Shalom, family.
Shalom.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I just want to thank y'all, for being y'all, bringing us all together for another Saturday. It's a beautiful day outside, y'all. It is, yeah. So, and praise y'all, we all woke up, we all healthy in here. Prayers to everybody who, that's sick and couldn't make it today, for friends and family. I want to pray for my husband and for my mom. She doing better every day, more every day. We got to take her shopping a couple of weeks ago, and it was so funny. I took my mom in the store, and we were just pushing her around. We were looking for clothes and stuff, and it was a beautiful thing. Like my mom, it was music playing in the store, and she was bouncing her shoulders and everything. We was having such a good time in the shopping store. So, hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Anyone else? What you saying, young man? Hallelujah.
Yeah. Shabbat shalom again. I had a wonderful lesson taught to me this week, and I'm young, I'm still learning, and I used to despise the way that my parents had raised me. I just felt they were just so harsh and so they could have did things a little different, And then of course I always felt like I was a good child because I always got in trouble for my siblings. I very seldom only got in trouble for myself, and that's because I had a smart mouth. But it's so funny because I could be too patient when it comes to my kids, and before this recent week, before it's today the last day, so in the beginning of this week, I just finally said, you know what, I've had enough. I'm gonna seek that old path. I'm gonna bring y'all welcome to the new side, the side that I came from. My grandmother has them spoiled rotten, just like she did us. So they have electronics, all types of gadgets. Everybody got their own computer. In my days, we only had one computer, and everybody took turns on that one computer. We had one TV. Everybody took turns on that one TV. If you was lucky if you got to watch TV, because if parents watch TV, you ain't got no TV time, And I just had to, we shared rooms, and wasn't nobody blessed enough to have your own room, that you was the only girl or the only boy. And I just had to teach my kids a lesson. And I'm like, I had to put them down alone punishment, and it's like, you gotta teach them, first of all, respect. You can't just pick and choose who you want to respect, and even if you don't like somebody, there's a lot of people I can say I don't care for, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna still respect you. How you doing, and then I can keep going. I don't have to be rude because I don't like you. And it's a way about doing things. And so, like I said, I'm young. I'm still learning. Being a mother do not come with a manual, and I wasn't blessed long enough with my mom to where I can say, okay, this is what she did because of my situation. She left when I was young, so I don't know. I'm just going off of wherever Yahweh leads me. And so, for my children, what I did was they don't have no bedroom no more. Them rooms, when I tell you they locked, you won't have a bedroom no more. Their bedroom now is the living room and the dining room. You pick a spot. Because in our day, that's what we was doing. We was all sharing some little place in the room, because my grandmother had a whole lot of kids all the time in her house. And then it's the computer. We got some computers in the house, but guess what? Y'all gonna share one. You gonna, well, no, I'll take that back. They have their own computer, but now you only get an hour. And it took me a long time, a few days to pass before I gave them that one little hour to enjoy it. Got a ton of TVs in the house. We only gonna watch that one TV. We gonna watch what I watch, and you better hope you get a turn to watch TV. I just had to show them, and I told them if they keep it up, I'm gonna bring the switch out because we got trees in the backyard. It's just they really pushed me to that point. And I'm like, because I was the type of mom, in my days it was if mama came home, the house better be spick and span clean, no dishes better be done, there better not be nothing out of place. I come home, it's dishes in the sink. The bathroom look like it ain't been touched. And then I'm so patient. I'm like, okay, well, when I pick them up, they done left the house, went to the boys and girls club, just having a ball. And I pick them up and I'm like, y'all forgot to do y'all chores. When you get in the house, do your chores. Ain't pop nobody, whoop no, ain't did nothing. Be patient as I don't know what. And I got to the point I said, you know what? Pow! I'm pow! Every time I turn around, pow! And then the scripture, and it was so funny because before I had got to this point, I was reading Proverbs 29, and it just kept popping out of me, popping just little, the rod this, and the rod that, and the rod this. I said, y'all ain't talking to me today, and then the next day, that's when I had my final breaking point. I said, you know what, I knew y'all was talking to me last night. I talked to my grandpa, I talked to my elders, and I said, you know what? Okay, I know what I need to do. And it was so funny because one of the elders, she kept saying, I ain't gonna tell you what you need to do because you know what you need to do. And when I tell y'all, it's so peaceful now because the house is in order. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, baby. Like it should be, clean. I ain't gotta fight nobody because they know, get it done. The youngest, he 10 now. He getting to them that 13. And the mouth, that mouth be going. And I had just warned them. I said, I'm letting y'all know now, I'm elbowing you in the throat. I'm knocking teeth out. I'm doing what my parents used to do to me. That mouth got to going. I popped that lip, and the lip swelled up. But I thought to myself, I said, sheesh, I ain't mean to hit them that hard. But scripture say, they ain't gonna die. So he knew when he finished his chores, he knew to go get him a little ice pack. Put it on your lip. The lip went down before he had to leave the house. And I just said, praise y'all. When I tell y'all, y'all get my house together. So hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. With a strong hand.
I'm trying to tell you, I can't be nice. They take advantage of it.
Yes, sir.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Shabbat shalom. All praises, all glory to the Holy One of Israel. Yah. I'm saying hallelujah. I just want to give thanks and praise to the Most High Yah for allowing me this day, for allowing my family to rise, to allow us just to see another beautiful day. It's been a wild week. It's been trying. It's been challenging. But Yah has always been to allow us to see our way through. And so I'm just thankful to give thanks and praise to Him. And I'm thankful that Yah is looking on me to put things in my heart, put things on my mind, and let me see things that He wants me to see, and let me understand what I need to understand. And I'm just thankful for the little things that Yah does. So just give thanks and praise to the Most High Yah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Anyone else? Yes. We're gonna let the others go first. Yes, ma'am.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Once again, giving all praise to El Shaddai, the Almighty Life Giver. You have been teaching Adon on building credit and taking care of what you take care of and establishing yourself. Well, my daughter's a stay-at-home mom, and my son-in-law goes out to ministry, but she has her online business. So really haven't had much work experience hardly in it. Be about to turn 32. She has always said, well, I really don't have any type of credit report or credit ratings, but this week, the other day, matter of fact, she called me up and she told me, she said, "Nigga, you're going to be proud of me." I said, "I'm already proud of you for what you do." She said, "I put in for a line of credit." Well, the reason I mentioned it, because she did it and she got it. She was shocked that she got it. But what she did was she put in for it. They came back and asked her, "Is support about Israel your mother?" And she said, "Yes." Because this was with USAA and it's a military insurance that she heard of. And the issue is that very early on you put down your children's names, so once they start driving, it's already on there. She came back and said yes, and they granted it. And the reason I bring it because you had mentioned, name recognition is what the Most High says is important. And if you can get credit off your name, off of your parents' name, and it was a substantial, she was just belatedly shocked. But they just came back and asked her second. She said, yeah, they were verifying. They already knew. And they came back 5 minutes later. They said, you got it. And it's just important. I was humbled by it, but the fact that she just really wasn't expecting it, and I opened up doors for her to be able to do things for her business. And I thank the Most High because we do have to step out there sometimes. You don't know until you try, but that way it's a motivator for them to teach their children to keep this stuff straight, and you can excel. So I know she's going to put it in my younger days, and I'm just sharing that because it's a good thing. It's not about me, but name recognition matters. Hallelujah.
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 And it,
Appreciate that.
and it does. And when I teach on that, just briefly, when I teach on that, I don't teach on that to teach for somebody to look and say, well, he teaches something outside of scripture. No, I teach on it because I want us to look at it because I'm learning the hard way. And when sister said, you still learning? Guess what? I'm almost 50 years old and I'm still learning what I should have, what somebody might say I should have learned back in my, and I ain't that I didn't learn, I didn't receive it. You can get things and not receive it. Then there's a time when you get it and you get it a certain way, you sure enough gonna receive it. But it might be a little harder in receiving it than what it could have been. And then that's when we definitely call on the mercy of the Almighty Yah. But yes, because as I said, when I bring things like that up, I'm not bringing that up to teach solely on Because I would learn it ain't solely about just no money.
Mhm.
If you look at it like that, then you'll be back in a rut
Mhm.
that you was in that might have muddied them waters.
Mhm.
Uh, it's about, like everything else, it's about using it to maneuver. That's why scripture say a good name is you'd rather have that than have the riches of silver and gold, because with a good name, you can get the silver and gold. With a good name, oh, I know him. I can vouch. Now the door open up. You have all the silver and gold you want to, the door might not open up. Or you might have to use more of that silver and gold to open the door up. That's why our father Jacob said to his sons, once they went behind him in the book of Genesis. Let's go there. That's a proverb, but this is a testimony to it. I know that my scripture is all shambled up. So I think I'm going to have to go to my backup scripture. And let's go to 34 of Genesis.
Genesis chapter 34.
I'm not going to read it all.
Oh, yeah.
Right, sure.
Just start at verse 19.
Hallelujah. Genesis chapter 34, verse 19. And their words pleased Hamor and Shechem, Hamor's son. And the young man deferred not to do the thing, because he had delight in Yaakov's daughter. And he was more honorable than all the house of his father. And Hamor and Shechem, his son, came unto the gate of their city, and communed with the men of their city, saying, these men are peaceable with us. Therefore, let them dwell in the land and trade therein. For the land, behold, behold, it is large enough for them. Let us take their daughters to us for wives, and let us give them our daughters. Only therein will the men consent unto us for to dwell with us, to be one people. If every male among us be circumcised.
You know what? I want you to, how you say, bring it back one time and rewind.
Hallelujah.
Go to verse 1.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. Right, sure.
Genesis chapter 34,
Because there's some things here.
verse 1. And Dinah, the daughter of Leah, which she bare unto Yaakov, went out to see the daughters of the land.
Dinah, the daughter of Leah, which she bare unto Yaakov, she went out to see the what?
Daughters of the land.
When they got to Shechem, she went out to see the daughters of the land. Huh? Hmm?
She wanted to go see what it'll come.
She went out to look at the daughters of the land.
And when Shechem
Now, I ain't
Oh,
done.
hallelujah. Go ahead, Lord. Excuse me.
That's because that's why we went back, because there's some things here. We'll make a go see the daughters of the land. Well, same thing that sometimes make some of us go and see the daughters of the land, and then they admire them, lighten themselves up, do things to them to look like them. You say, oh, the daughters of the land, let me, wow, check them out. Because I thought that's where she was at. So as she was out seeing the daughters of the land, go ahead.
And when Shechem, the son of Hamor, the Hivite, prince of the country, saw her, he took her and lay with her and devoured her.
She was checking out the daughters of the land, but Shechem, who was of the land, he was checking her out.
Mm-hmm.
He liked what he saw in her, and she was looking at his people, the daughter of his people, and he liked what he saw in her. He liked it so much that he was driven to passion, and he did what?
Took her.
He took her,
And he lay with her.
and he lay with her,
And he devoured her.
and he married her.
No.
Huh?
No.
Huh?
No. Let's say devoured.
Stop. Stop now. Somebody help me out. It said he took her. Huh? We know what that means, huh? He took her. Huh? He pulled her in. Huh? Close. Don't mean he got violent. He pulled her close, huh? Maybe started whispering. You know? Because he knew where she was at.
Right.
Because she looking at the daughters in his country. So he kind of knew the state of mind. So he took her. Did what? Lay with her. Huh? That didn't mean they just took a nap.
Then he devoured.
And they were married. That's what it say, right?
No. No, it don't say they was married.
Then why are we running around saying that that's what it takes to be married?
Watch out now.
Huh? When I say we, I don't just mean in particular Jermaine here. I'm talking about in all of Israel.
Yes, sir.
Because that's a teaching in all of Israel a lot of times. That when that happens, you can go on the internet. Various camps. And that's what they teach. But here, not so in the book. It said when he took her and when he lay with her, he did what to her?
Defiled her.
He defiled her. Go ahead.
And his soul clave unto Dinah, the daughter of Yaakov.
But now one thing about him is after he lay with her, he had a true yearning to be with her. He did love her. He claved unto her, the daughter of Yaakov.
And he loved the damsel.
And he continued in love for her.
And spake kindly unto the damsel.
And spoke kindly to the damsel.
And Shechem spoke unto his father Hamor.
So much so that then he went to his father Hamor,
saying, get me this damsel to wife.
look, get me this girl. What we gotta do, father?
Daddy?
He said, you the king, I'm your prince. He said, what we gotta, I found somebody, get me this girl to wife. Then we gonna clear it up. He said, now, he already know that label. He said, give me this girl, give me this damsel to what? To wife. Now make her my wife. I thought she already your wife. No, she wasn't. He said, give me this damsel to wife. Now, how's that gonna happen? And Yaakov heard, verse 5.
And Yaakov heard that he had defiled Dinah.
Now
his
you
daughter.
got back to Jacob.
Now
That they did things the wrong way. Go ahead.
Now his sons were with his cattle in the field, and Yaakov held his peace until they were come. And Hamor, the father of Shechem, went out unto Yaakov to commune with him. And the sons of Yaakov came out of the field when they heard it. And the men were grieved, and they were very wroth, because he had wrought folly in Israel, in lying with Yaakov's daughter, which thing ought not to be done.
Which thing, what?
Ought not to be
Is the
done.
way that we did it. This was the way it ought not
To be done.
or should not be done. Go ahead.
And Hamor communed with them, saying, the soul of my son Shechem longeth for your daughter. I pray you give her him to wife.
I pray that you would consider, I know what my boy did and how he did it, but I pray you consider that he can marry your daughter. And we read this, I don't see one thing here where it says they are married.
No.
But I pray that he messed up, because in life we all mess up. He said, I pray you allow us to what?
Give her him to wife.
And in other words, do what?
Marry her.
In other words, doing what?
Make up what he did.
Make it right.
Make it right.
To try to make it right. He did it wrong, but we're going to try to make this right.
And making marriages with us.
And not only that, we going to understand that your people can marry my people.
And give your daughters unto us. And take our daughters unto you.
We're going to show by the joining of the two houses, your house and your daughter and my son, we're going to show that your people and my people can become one people. Go ahead.
And ye shall dwell with us, and the land shall be before you. Dwell and trade ye therein, and get you possessions therein. And Shechem said unto her father and unto her brethren, let me find grace in your eyes.
Now let me point out another thing. So it wasn't just some old isolated backwoods wilderness people. We had commerce. We dealt with other people. We traded, as you said here. We can trade. We can borrow. We can have business. That's what we did. So this isotope that we only just did business and only just do business amongst, that's not the world you live in. You live in a world with other people, other nations.
Yes, sir.
And nowhere does the Almighty teach that it's off limits to do business with them. He put guidelines in what we do as far as interacting with them and bringing them into the nation. But we always have interacted with other people. Go ahead.
And Shechem said unto her father and unto her brethren, let me find grace in your eyes, and what ye shall say unto me, I will give. Ask me never so much dowry and gift, and I will give according as ye shall say unto me.
He said, it ain't too. Look at this. Daughters of Zion. Daughters of Zion. This is how y'all are.
All right.
This is how y'all are. This foreign man said, look, it ain't too much. I don't know what the price is.
It ain't too much.
But it ain't a price big enough you can lay on this one that I can't pay it. That's how bad he desired her. Go ahead.
But give me the damsel to wife. And the sons of Yaakov answered Shechem and Hamor his father deceitfully, and said, because he had defiled Dinah their sister. And they said unto them, we cannot do this thing, to give our sister to one that is uncircumcised. For what were a reproach to us?
For that is a reproach unto
I'm
us.
sorry, but that would be a, yes, sir.
Go ahead.
But in this will we consent unto you, if ye will be as we be, that every male of you be circumcised, then will we give our daughters unto you.
Now stop. I'm gonna ask anybody. Y'all with me?
Yes,
I wanna
sir.
make sure everybody with me. Hold your heads up. Come on, everybody. Show me that they're with me. What? When it says they answered him in deceit, what is the deceit? Don't read down. What is the deceit?
That they gonna still give him the daughter even after they circumcise themselves.
They portraying like they in agreement with giving them their daughter.
They have to circumcise themselves. They do it to make it right, not right.
Okay.
Not in that. The deceit is all along they have an ulterior motive. And the bad part about it is they using the law. They using the law.
Yes, sir.
I'll point that out. Y'all stay with me.
Okay.
Because as we maneuver nowadays in our life, be careful. Because we very, and I'm not telling nobody not to be zealous, but be very careful that your zeal of the law, you ain't using it deceitfully.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Because a lot of times we do things and we will get very high on the fact, this law. But in the mind, there's a little thing ticking back there that you use in the law.
All right.
To get an unjust gain or unfair advantage or take advantage of somebody, and you think you're walking with Yah and you think Yah's with you and he's not.
All right.
Woo. Uh-oh.
Hallelujah.
Did it get a little hot in here?
Woo.
And you have to find out that what you thought you were walking with Yah and how you thought you were walking with Yah, even if it ain't but one thing, you wasn't really walking with him like you should have been. Because what they're doing, instead of just being outright and saying, man, it ain't nothing you can do. Instead of being totally upright, it ain't nothing, we can't do this. They go hide behind the law. And you're going to see what I mean. You're going to see what the book means. Come on, that's why I said they answered him and his father deceitfully. Come on, let's go.
Genesis 34, verse 18. But in this will we consent unto you,
We want you to get circumcised.
if you will be as we be, that every male of you be circumcised. Then will we give our daughters unto you.
Yes.
And we will take your daughters to us. And we will dwell with you. And we will become one people.
Because what's the spirit in it? They know that that's not really so. But go ahead. We'll keep going.
But if you will not hearken unto us to be circumcised, then we will take our daughter, and we will be
We
gone.
will be gone. So in other words, his ultimatum is, since he said ain't nothing they can ask too great. Their ultimatum is get circumcised, and you can have her, or if you don't, we out of here. And the words please Hamor and Shechem, Hamor's son. And the young man deferred not to do the thing. Meaning as soon as he heard it, he was gone. Because he had the light in Yaakov's daughter. And he was more honorable than all the house of his father. And Hamor and Shechem his son came unto the gate of the city and communed with the men of their city, saying, now they're talking to their own fellow people, saying these men are peaceable with us. Therefore let them dwell in the land, and trade therein. For the land, behold, is large enough for them. Let us take their daughters to give us wives, and let us give them our daughters. Only herein will the men consent unto us for to dwell with us to be one people. If every male among us be circumcised, as they are circumcised, shall not their cattle and their substance and every beast of theirs be ours? Only let us consent unto them, and they will dwell with us. So there's a stop right here. This is interactive. What has been established from verse 20 to verse 23? What's been established? Anybody?
What they have to do.
What they have to do, but what else? Anybody? I
They
know.
talked to the morning sun spoke to the men of their city. And they pleaded with the men of their city to do this thing so that his son can have his wife.
What else? Because ain't no wrong answers. Yes, Sister B.
They can say it together to be one people.
Yes, ma'am.
The agreement that they did.
And anybody else? But I tell you what else I see happen. Jacob and his sons have established a good rapport and a good name. And a good name. Did y'all see that? Because when they went and talked to their fellow brothers, they said, these are peaceable people. These are people we can get along with. Do you see that? That's what I got out of it. There are people we can get along with. They cool. You know how we talk? You talk about they cool. You tell about somebody, oh, he cool. Yeah, go on, deal with him. He cool. Well, here that's where Hamor and Shechem went back to their people saying. They went back to their brothers and their people saying, hey, they cool. There's some cool dudes right there. Let them dwell with us. Everything gonna be all right. And Hamor said unto Shechem his son, hearken all, and unto Hamor, and unto Shechem his son, hearken all that went out of the gate of the city, and every male was circumcised, all that went out of the gate of his city. In other words, they listened to him. They took their word. They said, hey, yeah, he's saying they cool. And it came to pass on the third day. This how cool they was. This how cool Israel's sons was. It came to pass on the third day when they were sore that two of the sons of Yaakov, namely Simeon and Levi, who were Dinah's brothers, took each man his sword and came upon the city boldly and slew all the males. And they slew Hamor and Shechem, his son, with the edge of the sword, and took Dinah out of Shechem's house and went out. In other words, them two, in this instance, wasn't so cool, was it? Huh? Huh?
Oh, sir. Those are cool operators.
Huh? They wasn't so cool.
So cool.
And the sons of Yaakov came upon the slain and spoiled the city because they had defiled their sister. And they took their sheep, oxen, asses, and that which was in the city, and that which was in the field, and all their wealth, and all their little ones, and their wives took they captive, and spoiled even all that was in the house. And Father Jacob said to Simeon, and said to Levi, you have what?
Troubled me.
You have troubled me.
To make me to stink.
To make me to what?
Stink.
Stink.
Among the inhabitants of the land, among the Canaanites.
In other words, what are you telling them?
You destroyed my name. You ruined my.
You have ruined my name.
Crushed our reputation.
The name of Yaakov, it meant something. It meant something. And what y'all have done in this transgression, you have ruined it. You have ruined it. I wonder, because I had to let that marinate. Been letting it marinate for months. Our transgressions, singularly, they are our transgressions. They are yours, and they belong to you. Mine belongs to me. But if people don't rightly know how to do it, you can ruin the name, and you can ruin the generation either before you and after you. Yeah, I know him. Ain't nothing.
That whole family.
He ain't nothing. Now Jacob said we're going to have to start a process all over again when I go amongst the Perizzites, the Canaanites. When I go in these lands now, the process has to start all over again in the making them think Jacob is all right. It's all right to deal with Jacob. Oh, long faces. That's when I know I'm long faces of contemplation. We read that 30th verse again. He said, what? He didn't say they're going to be joyous. He said, what?
Yaakov said unto Simeon and Levi, ye have troubled me to make me stink among the inhabitants of the land.
And he didn't justify what they did by saying, oh, yeah, well, you know, they did wrong to your sister, so they had it coming. That wasn't his concern with what they did and how they did something wrong. He said, I'm concerned with what? Y'all and me and how we proceed. Because a lot of times we will slip into that. Well, I did this because, look, they didn't do it right anyway, so it really don't matter. Hey, it matters. Just because they might have slipped or didn't do what they was, don't be, and this gave me a reason why I didn't. Nah, it didn't. We have to be on our A game, as it says. And I, being few in number, they will gather themselves. Not only do you make my name stink, and we got a reputation there, they will gather themselves together against me and seek to what?
Slay me.
Slay me.
And I shall be destroyed.
And I will be destroyed. Not only will I be destroyed, but
I and my house.
Me and my house will be destroyed. Because the wicked always watches the righteous and seeketh the what? Flame. You can't be talking about what they did wrong because they don't know no better. We supposed to know better.
Oh, God.
Yeah, praise God.
Cause look, cause that's exactly what they tried to do. Look how that closes out. And they said, should he deal with our sister as with a what? That's what they tried to fall back on. We did this because he had dealt with her. Did he have the right to deal with our sister like he dealt with her? See, that's what they falling back on. They didn't have the right. And no, he shouldn't have did that. But there was another way, a better way, in which you got and handled this situation.
Yeah. Much better way.
A better way that wouldn't bring on such a negative connotation to my name. To your name. Because like I said, not only will they seek to destroy me, when you go around, I'm Judah, son of Yaakov.
Oh, yeah.
You son of Yaakov? Son of Yaakov that was down in Shechem and Hamor. Yeah. Come here, y'all. Y'all know what they did. Okay. And they gonna deal with you because of what they know from Shechem and Hamor.
That's right.
That's why he said, not only will you destroyed my name, you have destroyed the credibility of your name. You messed up this whole house. And if the mercy of Yah don't be upon us to move us beyond this transgression, we're going to be in great trouble.
Yeah.
That's the end of the chapter, y'all. Y'all looking at me. We're going to move on. Any comments from that? From anybody?
I got comment.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, the Israelites, you know, that don't do right. Just because they change their name to Israel don't mean.
And that's why,
You're not doing the right thing.
and,
There's a whole bunch of
and that's why I'm teaching this. Because that is what I have to come to grips with. And I believe that's what all of us have to come to grips with. And that's why the Almighty that's why we went and started at the very first verse to break down that whole thing. Because this is the ramifications of what we're talking about. Because, and you made a great point, because they didn't have to change their name. They're the sons of Jacob. And the name of Jacob, they don't use Israel there, it uses Jacob. The name of Jacob meant something. He said, you have sold and sullied my name by your doings, my reputation by your doings. That's why that's being taught. What do we do and how do we? Not only what and how do we do it? I know he did. There's confirmation. Because today, that's the spirit, because my travails. That's what he has magnified to me. Remember, as it closed out last week, I said, there will come a time when somebody asked me about the coming of Yah. Remember, I told you, the Almighty habitation, that is not the time where you can say, well, I'm trying to get it right. When the Almighty comes, that's the time when you must be assured, hey, I got it right. To the extent that I know that we know we can get it right. We know what all we've given. But we know when we're playing the games and doing the things and how we doing them. And even at the coming of Yah 200 years from now, the time to get things right is right now. Because like I said, that's the thing, because it's not getting it right for everybody else around. See, too much we've been living trying to get things right for everything and everybody else around us. And we lose focus on us. Getting it right ain't for everything and everybody around you. Getting it right is for you. It's for you. When I say things like, that ain't for everything around you, never, because that don't mean run out, ooh, I got it now, and be a fool. Damn, $1,000. K-Cell. I go spend. Because then you're going to be back in dilemma if you don't handle it right. Getting it right is so you can maneuver when you want to maneuver. I got K-Cell backing me. If I want to go over here, I can go over here. If I want to, or if I need to, I can go over here. Having a good name, that's got to go. Because if I need to go, if I need to go, I can go. And they ain't gonna say, oh, here he comes. Right. Because it permeates in everything, and we all do. And that's another consciousness I want to. We all do it. Some of them just done in different kind of way, but we all do. And this is the wear and tear on the mind. I know you, brother, you dropping something heavy. Everybody, but it's being on that A game all the time, and that's the wear and tear of living. That's the consciousness that you know mind saying when he say he must be, and the only one that can do that then is if he is always there, because he is the epitome of perfection. So if our mind is stayed with Yah like it's supposed to be, that's the only way you will stay in constant perfection. But once you stray, once you take him and put him secondary, then you don't be running around talking about, I am his, and you gon' slip. You gon' slip. If he is not in every single thing, like he said, you gon' slip. I don't care who you call yourself, what title you have, what you doing, how you look, how old you are, how young, you gon' slip. You don't wake up with Yah. If you don't live with Yah. If you don't go to sleep with Yah. Brother, yeah, you sound like you trying to tell us be fanatics. You darn skippy.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
If you don't want to live and make a mistake and find out just how much you need Yah. Where you crying to him all the time. Where he's showing you, you better really grab hold to me. Because I'm the only thing that can help you. We live where we put him like an idol. We want to be bothered with him. That's when we put him out, pull him out. We don't want to be bothered with him. And when we put him back in and close the doors, like other nations.
Yes,
they got idol, they got God where they pull him out. They got him in a little thing, they open it up. I watched show with Morgan Freeman. They got a little God, little country over there, and then they got a little gold God. And he's sitting right in a little hole in the wall, and they open it up, and they pull him out, and they bring him out, they sit him down, they put wine and stuff on him. Little gold idol, they put wine and stuff on him, they dance around it, they parade, they jumping there. Then when they get done, they get him, put him back in the little hole in the wall, close the little shut the door, and they go on about their business.
That's what Abraham's father did. That's what Abraham's father did.
And I said to myself, as I watched that, I said to myself, first I sat there and I said, wow. But then I let it sink in. I said, Is that how we do? Is that how you do with God? Do you have a little closet for him that you put him up in? And then you pull him out only when you want to use him. Because he is supposed to go everywhere that you go.
Hallelujah.
Brother Aaron, I'm supposed to go before you.
Yes, sir.
Everywhere you're supposed to pray that I've already been there before you get there.
All right. Hallelujah.
Then when you get there, you supposed, since you invoked me, you're supposed to come there saying, I am of him that sent me, or that came before me. And if you haven't been doing that, if I'm merciful enough, you need to start doing that.
All right. Hallelujah.
And that don't mean you gotta be overbearing, go on the job. And don't get me wrong. Hallelujah, amen, hey Christian. How's favorite? I don't know what that is. That don't mean you gotta go hit people like that. But walk in the light of what you profess that you know, and do what you're supposed to be doing, and do it in the right manner all the time. And you don't have to verbally give that essence. They're gonna see it.
Hallelujah. Yes, sir. Hallelujah. Yes, sir.
David said, when you will forgive me as I repent, then shall I teach transgressors thy ways, when I'm free and clear of the great transgression. But how can you teach that which you have not learned?
All right.
See, you can preach,
Yes, sir.
but teach is different. You teach what you learn.
Yeah. All right.
You preach what you heard.
Right. All right. All right. Go ahead.
Did that make any sense? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Go ahead,
So let me repeat it again. You preach what you heard.
That's right.
You teach what you learn.
All right. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
And David said, with forgiveness, then shall I teach transgressors thy ways. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Let me stop. Come on.
Go ahead, Moray. Go ahead. Keep that.
Any comments? Any comments from anybody? Huh? No, no comment. Sometimes that scares me sometimes. I don't know which way to take that.
Well, you know, you're talking about reputation, and like I mentioned, the thing is, it's not that you worthy of it, but if you don't work, you assume the way the American way works
yes.
out here,
Yes,
that
yes.
you won't get it because you gotta have a certain criteria working and build up. And the good thing about it, that you know, because yeah,
and
they just said, hey.
Well, see, and that's what I said a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's why I'm teaching. That's why y'all might have been inspiring me to teach these things. It might not be for me, because everything ain't for me. I recognize that. But to help somebody else out, it might not be for me, but to help others out, to help my generations out. Because this is what I'm saying. This is what the Almighty showed me. He was talking about last days, latter days, latter days. And the many things. And that's why, the theme of the gathering is, what does a nation need? But I'm going to hit on it right now, because tomorrow ain't promising nobody. And what a nation needs. Because it'll probably be many things said. But what a nation needs is a total transformation, especially when you're a nation coming out of a nation.
All right?
That's the
You need
way.
a total
That is the truth. See it
transformation.
all the time. Transformation.
That is why we walked around 40 years. Because when we came out in physical and body, but we didn't come out of the mindset. We brought an Egyptian mindset out in the wilderness with us that many of people could not let go. And as a result, they wasn't a liberated people.
I guess the same thing happened about people go to jail. Go to jail, about the same mentality. 10 years later, you still got the same.
Still mentality.
Same.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Well, in Shawshank, if you institutionalize, but you can break that.
You can break it.
Malcolm X, yeah, but like you said, the work involved.
You can break it, but it takes a lot of work.
It takes a lot.
Take a lot of discipline.
Yeah.
It take a lot of soul searching. It take a lot of self-reflecting. It take a lot of this is about me and not about everybody else. It take a lot of things that people don't want to do.
Most won't do.
Don't want to do.
I guess a couple of years, no, but 20 and 30 years in,
You see?
it'll break it.
And that's why the Creator told. That's why the Creator told as we visit this, because a lot of people, and it's just there, even today, because the book don't lie, and the book is our roadmap. A lot of people of older, advanced age, how about leaving? But if the book be true, we're in trouble. Because a lot of us will be walking, and we will just be, as we walking, we'll just be falling over the cliff. Because that's why the Almighty came to Joshua with new leadership, and he said, you're going to not take these people, you're going to take the children of these people into the land. Somebody I can do something with. I can do something with these children. So their mind is open.
Yes, sir.
See, I see it now. Like I said, I can't tell you the exact date when we go home, but you see it in the kids. They got a lot of, the youth have a lot of energy.
Yes, sir.
It's galvanized energy.
Yes, sir.
So people are grabbing them and saying, let's go do the vote thing. And they go out, boom, they're grabbing them. The fear of the enemy ain't really in the older folks. It's in the younger generation. Like I said, that's why they have geared the test at the 3rd grade. They can know how much room they need in the prison system. They ain't worried about you that then get past 40, 50, 60, because they're thinking that, okay, a few of you, yeah, but most of you, his mind is like concrete.
Right.
He ain't going nowhere. But it's the young ones, the developing mind.
What do they call it? The school to prison.
And they say, them the ones.
It's an unlearned mind.
Ain't nothing unlearned. It's learned. It's open. And that's what they want. They don't want it to be learned. It's open. But that's what the book said. He told Joshua, no. Huh? And that's the same reason. I know the book is true because that's the same thing he's saying in the prophets. When he said, there are going to be many that have the desire to go back to Jerusalem. Desire. And desire is one thing. But they ain't going to have the gunfire or the fire. Huh? Because the fire, you got the fire, that'll make you do. You have desire, but you need the fire. They ain't got the fire. They got the desire. They sit there with desire. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to be back there. I'm going to be there in the land. But ain't nothing going on. Ain't much righteousness going on. I ain't talking about no, I'm talking about me. So where is your fire? And it ain't nothing that you can say when you talking about going home. It ain't nothing you can say is little, but it's a little. Ain't no great transgression. Everything you do, you should magnetize. You should make anything else you do as important as defiling yourself with swine. Everything should be made big, scrutinized. Because you never know what little thing is gonna keep you from achieving your goals. Ain't the big thing, the dynamo, it's the little things that's gonna hold you back. I don't know where that came from. Yes, ma'am.
You know, I sort of do it like this sometimes, you know, it's like a fourth part. Great ones and fail it. I get an A. Yeah. Yeah.
Try to learn. Yes, try to learn. Because, you know, once the grades are in, they in. And for that first quarter, hey, hey, that first quarter, you know, you see that 60 come across there. It's near it. It's near it. You just got to bite the bullet. Because there ain't no going back in time. But you still got quarter 2, 3, and 4 to get on the ball. Huh? Because sometimes you mess up, you don't get a chance to go back and clean it up. But if you get a chance to go forward, you should have a yearning to say, not again, never again.
What the Jews say?
Never again. Well, that's what all intelligent life say. Because even a rat, he get out of that trap. He said, never again. You got to get a different bait. You got to get a different bait. He goes to Smith. No, that's the one they caught me with that. No. He go right around the trap. You mean, I know I got, nah. Oh boy. See, I just say this. See, they like E.F. Hutton. They don't talk often, but when they talk, they say something. That's the thing about reserved people. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Any comments or any questions? First. Questions from the Bible. You can bring me questions now. People back there smiling and nodding.
Hallelujah. Praise Yahweh. My question about what you just read was the intermingling. How would that be something that is in the right of, would that be in the right in the eye of Yaakov or Yahweh in general when he said he's gonna give our daughters and take our daughters and then went to Israel. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Well, let's intermingling. Let's look at it a little bit. Intermingling. Now let's this. What's the major reason why one might think the Almighty would or wouldn't want you to intermingle. And I'll give my brother the first crack since this is his question.
Bring his laws to everybody from the land. And his way of living.
All right, anybody else?
Wait a minute. Is the question, when should the Most High
And
not
intermingle.
want you to intermingle, or do want you to?
Was he not a fan of it? And what specific reason?
Well, I agree. Is that was not a specific fan of the Most High is clannish. Where they get this word out, they clannish. But there are nations that the Most High said, I'm going to destroy, and I don't want you mingling with them. Okay.
Oh yeah,
Like Ragu.
we'll get to him. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Seven, I know.
yes, ma'am. We'll get to it. I just want to see some thoughts. That's all. Yes, ma'am. Sister V.
Is this the nation or you said it was women?
Intermingle.
No, why would he want us to intermingle with something that he said he don't want us to? Different things.
So, Maury, you said why would he not want us to?
Mm-hmm. Why would he not? Why, if he don't, why does he? Why would he?
Maybe like turn our hearts from following him or worshiping Yah only. If the others had other deities, they would try to convince us, praise their deities. Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Intermingle. I don't probably y'all put a y'all spots along. I would say Yahweh is not a fan of intermingle. And he didn't want nothing intermingled in which he created. Well, he stated all the way down from vegetation even down to the animals that he didn't want nothing intermingled or cross gender or cross breeding because what he created and what he made was pure and it was perfect in how he made it. And as far as his people went, and once he selected his people and chosen Israel to be his people and to be his holy seed, he didn't want nothing to intermingle with that except his own seed of his own people. So I don't think that. So I'll leave it at that. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
And to back up what he says, does it not say, you shall be a set apart people that shall what?
Worship
Well alone.
Well alone and worship the young.
Hallelujah.
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 Anybody else?
I thought about that.
Teacher learned something. Teacher learned something. Go ahead. Come on now.
Hallelujah.
That's why you're starstruck, well, you know I'm on it.
Hallelujah. Come on.
I just thought about it when you said, why would he? I thought about it again, but would it be to give us back our land or get the people out of the land and put us back in the land?
All right.
Oh, question.
I mean, we got a lot of room
questions, brother. This brother got his questions, man. Cause now I got me thinking on some things. All right. On his question with intermingle, I'm remembering some things, and when you talking intermingle as far as now, later, or because I'm asking, well, let me bring that out is to say that, when we go back into our own land, when we go back home, these people that come unto us, that come into us, to come into our land, they're gonna be so joined with us, and they are supposed to be one people with us. So, and they're gonna be one people with us, as in what we just got done reading in Genesis 34. All right, where he was saying be one people with us. The only way this nation is gonna become one nation and one people. A son and a daughter from that nation and this nation got to get together to merge and be one people.
Wow. Oh, can I speak?
Yes, ma'am.
So,
Well, I mean, I don't. Your point, the people that will return and the nations that are not destroyed, as you read about, servants.
mhm. Okay.
But
Yeah.
I mean, if you just want that Egyptian wife, you can have an Egyptian wife. But Israel is the purebred, like the Chinese, and then everybody else, the Tibetans and all that, they come under that purebred. But that Chinese, they're the one ruling. That's how come when Trump went over there to Vietnam, the Chinese had already forewarned, Korea. Well, they went to Vietnam, but they had already told the Koreans, it's what we want. But I'm just saying, the urge to merge with other nations, it is so embedded in us because for so long we have wanted to not be one. But the Most High gave us room for all you brethren. See, it's different with a sister. If a sister has children, and they're not Israel, them children are not. That's why he gave the man more latitude. If you marry a cracker, I'm on the internet, but they know why.
Hey, it is what it is.
If a woman marries a cracker, that child is cracker. Bob Marley is a cracker.
Yes.
We love his music,
Yeah.
but is he not?
His daddy
The
is.
Most High gave him that hue from his mother, but
Yeah.
he's still
Yeah.
nonetheless. But it's different for the females. We have to be very careful of how you just co-mingling with,
Yeah.
we just,
But y'all even spoke on that too. though.
It is.
Let's go.
All right, y'all.
Let's go. That's good. That's good. We got. Oh yes, because that's fact. Because that's another thing. You got the Jewish man. I'll just speak on that real quick. The Jewish man say, well, take a lineage of the mother.
Well, yeah.
So what the mother is, what he is.
That's okay.
But the scriptures say
You know who your father.
the children take their lineage from the father. Whatever the father is. That's why I said, and the daughter of Israel laid with an Egyptian man and had a son by him. But the son, they identified him as an Egyptian. But let's see why in the crust of all this. Because and I understand that the cat. But it's not just simply about color.
Hallelujah.
Because in the time the Almighty was talking, hey, thank you, sir.
Hallelujah.
Too kind.
Praise God.
And in the time that the Almighty was speaking, it was for that time. In the beginning, it was for anything in between, and for even when we went home. One just had to line upon line, precept upon precept, and then get understanding of what the Almighty is talking about. So let's go to Genesis. Let's start there. First chapter.
I said that Evie does not like what I say. Sometimes I do it just to get her.
First chapter.
Hallelujah.
11 verse.
Genesis chapter 1, verse 11. Elohim said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit, After his kind.
After what?
His kind.
After what?
His kind.
After his kind.
Whose seed is in itself upon the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so.
And it was so. So the earth did what?
Brought forth grass.
Brought forth grass.
Herb yielding seed.
Herb yielding seed.
After his kind.
After its kind.
And tree yielding fruit. Whose seed was in itself after its kind.
And this tree yielding fruit whose seed is in itself after its kind.
And Elohim saw
so in other
that it
words,
was good.
Thank good, yes. So in the reproduction of these trees, of the grass, of the seed, in this reproduction, it's going to seek to reproduce after its what? Kind to maintain the integrity of itself. So what we have to pull out of there? One, pull out it has a kind or a
Right. You sure you get it right? Kind. Marcus already been up on the board. It's the double.
It has a kind or it has a manner. It has its own kind. It has its own manner. It has things unique to itself.
Yes, sir.
Like Kentucky bluegrass.
Yes, sir.
It produces a kind of grass that you don't find everywhere because it's its own kind.
Yes, sir. Sir. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Praise God.
Huh?
That's right.
And to keep its integrity, you want to keep it producing after its own kind.
Hallelujah.
That makes sense.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Genesis 1, verse 24.
Hallelujah. And Elohim said, let the earth bring forth the living creature.
Now let it bring forth living creatures.
After his kind.
After its what?
Kind. Cattle and creeping things and beasts of the earth after his kind. And it was so.
Isn't that putting a little spin on why he keeps saying after its kind? Because once he created, he wanted it to maintain its what? Integrity.
Integrity, its mannerism.
So he keeps putting out there after its kind. When it reproduces, let it reproduce after its kind. So that its integrity remains intact, that it remains intact. Because if you start crossing, you lose integrity.
Yes, sir.
The more I cross, I start taking a tiger and a lion and making them give me a few centuries. I won't have no more just tigers. I won't have no more just lions. I'll have this thing that came out of the two of them. But the integrity of the tiger and the lion, which was original, it'll be gone.
But don't they still count? You know, like I did
Well, that's
with
just
the
a-
CEO and CFO, but if you start breeding a lion with the giraffe, well, that's kind of.
But that actually, but no, even though they're cats, after their kind, the lion has its
No,
kind.
that's true. But
The tiger
at
has
the end of the day,
its kind. They have different manners.
yeah,
They have different manners. Even where they are indigenous to. The lion The lion is indigenous to the plains of Africa. The tiger is more indigenous to the plains of Asia and India.
Yes, sir.
That's why they bump heads, they'll even scrap.
They meet. Going down.
Lion running lions, they scrap. But they at least they like, hey, he a lion. And they scrapping it for different reasons. The tiger and the lion they meet, they scrap because he a lion, I'm a tiger, and it's going down.
So in that 13 and the next one.
Yeah, like Crips and Blood, it's going down. 25, Creator said what? And
Elohim made the beasts of the earth after his kind, and the cattle after their kind.
After that kind.
And everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind.
After this kind, that's why you go to the zoo, you see so many different species. So many different species of grasshopper, locusts,
Yes, sir.
birds.
Butterfly.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
But the ducks hang with the ducks.
Yes, sir.
The ravens hang with the ravens. The geese with the geese.
Yes, sir.
Because they like to hang after and be with their own kind.
Yeah.
Because with their own kind, they find similarity. What you say, sister? They find similarities. They can relate. They don't have to, there's not much adaptation. There's not much figuring out as we go along. You see, there's not much I have to figure out. See, once you start stepping away and start stepping into the realm of somebody, there's a whole lot to figure out. I tell y'all this all the time. So don't even think about just women and men. I tell y'all this all the time. A kind. When I grew up in the integrated neighborhood, my best friend, he was white.
Yes, sir.
Now, when I went over his house, because where they was at, it was different. Doors wide open, windows wide open. They going to bed like this. It was a lot of things they did different. When he came over my house, he was taken back because he was like, even the way he was raised, sister talking about raising, you know, there was a lot of, hey, when we run through, hey, don't do this, don't do that. Y'all stop that, you know, real smooth like. He came over my house, we come running through that. Stop right now. He be like, whoa, what is this? Run through my house, and mom get that, run through my house again, get the grid of TV, say, I'm gonna knock y'all in the next. He like, man, what is it? He terrified. Cause he's like, don't nobody talk to me like this in my different kind, different mannerism. So that's why the Almighty is talking about kind. Then let's go to Genesis, the 4th chapter. And I just want us to get some understanding.
Hallelujah. Genesis chapter 4.
Yeah. So we don't be caught on all this old stuff that don't mean nothing. You got Genesis chapter 4?
Yes, sir.
Verse 25, 26.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
And Adam knew his wife again,
Mm-hmm.
and she bare a son,
Mm-hmm.
and called his name Seth.
Yes, she did.
But Elohim said, she hath appointed me another seed instead of Abel, whom Cain slew. And to Seth, to him also there was born a son, and called his name Enos. Then began men to call upon the name of Yah.
Now, this is men begin to call upon the name of Yah. Men, this is the seed. This is the seed that began to, at this time, serve the Almighty. You say, well, wait a minute, hold on. How's that so? Why is that saying that? Well, let's see why it's saying that. Well, Abel, what has happened to him?
He's dead.
He's dead. So he can't. He don't have no seed that he produced. Cain, he's what?
He's cast out. He's ostracized.
He's cast out, ostracized, and the spirit of Yah is what?
Against?
Is not with him. So now when he have Abel, this is the seed that the continuance of righteous people seeking Yah is continued with. And that's why I said, then begin men, once he came up, they can begin again to be back in touch with the Most High Yah. But this is also the seed that's going to be crowned in chapter 6. Go there. Of Genesis. Genesis chapter 6.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, verse 1.
Hallelujah. Genesis chapter 6, verse 1. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters was born unto them, that the sons of Elohim saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose.
Because the sons of men, they had already begun to multiply. They had already filled the earth. The sons of Elohim, the descendants of Seth, who are younger, if you're going to talk about existence, they're younger. So when they go out, they see the earth already multiplied by the sons of men who've been here before them, and they see all of this before them, and them being younger, they're like, wow, look at all this. Look at them. But why is he saying, so he's not talking about angels, he's talking about still mankind. But he's giving them two different denotations. One, the sons of men, then one, B'nai Elohim. One that know righteousness and one that don't. One that know of him and one that don't know of him in the fullness thereof. That's why he said, see, this is his, but you must go. That's why he said later to Israel in Psalms 82, I have said, you are the sons of Elohim, but you shall die like men. I have come to you and showed you me in the fullness thereof, but you oftentimes reject me and would rather live like everybody else in the manner that everybody else around you is living. Oh, am I making sense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Am I making sense?
Yes, sir. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Because it's really tying into what we've been speaking on all morning. I have given you a way to live, but you would rather live and emulate and imitate that which you see from everybody else around you.
All right. Go ahead. Tie it all in.
I have given you a way to live, but you would rather become the biggest gangsters in history.
Right.
Because you've seen the Italians. Because you've seen Frank Nitti. Because you've seen the mobsters. I've shown you what it is to be virtuous. Huh? But you would rather go out and leave nothing to the imagination. Men and women. Because we ain't just going to pick on men and women.
That's right.
Don't just talk about the daughters and how they reveal when you got the men and they run around and they look like they
Girl.
mercy.
Just don't call it like it is.
Mercy.
Don't say it what it is.
He, she's, and even the ones that's supposed to be straight. They showing themselves. They showing themselves. They go for the wallet, they all the way down here and reaching for their wallet. I said, man, what is this? Can't run. Can't walk. Now, this fashion. This fashion. But have you not read scriptures? It said when they cut off and ripped the clothes of David's men down to the buttocks, it said they ran and hid themselves. When they cut their beard and when they ripped their clothes down, they ran and hid themselves for shame.
Yes, sir.
David said, let me go see my men. What they do to them? They took their dignity away from them. Don't you know it's something about taking dignity?
All right. Go ahead, Moray.
You talking about we just fast. This ain't fast. This is what they gave them in a place that they institutionalized them in. Just like they did long ago on the ships when they brought them and they broke them. What they do, sister? They even took the loincloth off and displayed them. And they knew what they were doing. Because they knew what scripture said. Discover his negative. They just displayed them. Who cares if they talk about you because you got it up, you got a belt on? That's how it's supposed to be. Yes, ma'am.
But I don't think they realize where it came from.
They don't. They don't. And that's because I wouldn't know.
Oh, you're talking about the people who are doing it.
But the people that are doing it right now.
Right. I know you. Yeah. Yeah.
You know you was a felon.
Right. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Huh? And some of them do, but this is what we talking about. Remember earlier. See, because all this we talking about, even in the demeanor, we talking about manner. Some of them do, and they brought it out just like they brought it out down low. And they won't, because they have that mind, they just ingrained in them. That mentality. So I know that's what it can, and I know that's what it meant in it, but we're going to bring it out now, and we're going huh? Because it's the mind. And that's why the Almighty said, he wasn't talking about angels, he wasn't talking about nothing. These are still people. But he said one is B'nai Elohim because they have a certain manner, a certain lifestyle, a certain way in which they live. And that's how you know them. And it wasn't even about color.
That's right.
Because they were black and the sons of men were black. Everybody was black. So it wasn't about color. It was a certain way they carried and displayed themselves that made them B'nai Elohim. Versus what you saw with the sons of men who carried themselves any old kind of way.
Yes, sir.
And did any old kind of thing.
Yes, sir. Supposed to be set apart.
The descendants of Cain. Anything goes. And they went out. The sons of Elohim went out and looked. And they saw the daughters.
Daughter.
Of what? Of the sons of men. Huh? Who can be very.
Like, have mercy.
And like I said, we ain't talking about color, so get color.
Right.
Wipe your mind clean as we going through this lesson. Because they ain't got nothing to do with color. They saw the daughter of men who could be very enticing.
Yes, sir.
Hmm?
Yes, sir.
And when they entice, hey brother, come on, let's admit it. You got to have the, you better, what we said earlier, you better have Yah with you. He better be your focus. And when they entice you,
Woo!
huh?
What happened to Solomon?
Don't sit around. Oh, I'm bad. And then they hem you up in the corner, boy, get the. Nobody don't know. You all out there. Damn. Just, huh? Damn.
Everywhere.
Huh? If
And the barger.
your sword, if your shield and buckler in the Most High.
Hallelujah.
If you gotta be like yourself and run. Well, look at that boy running down the street. Like Jesse Owens. You gone, baby. Just don't be fooling yourself talking about I'm strong. Oh, see how you get in a minute, Jack. And that's what they saw. They saw the daughters of men, and they. I'm not gonna teach it like it's coming, but they saw the daughters of men, huh?
Sir.
And BT when they don't show when they was starting to slip. They used to have the thing on called BT After Dark.
Uh-huh.
Boy, I come time look, I said, wow.
After dark.
I'm like, wow. Yeah, you can't show this at sunrise.
Ain't on that one.
Huh? Your little mind get on that and be fried, Jack. There's a couple of hours of that, you was your mind you just working overload. You like, huh? Got to teach this. Got to teach this because even some Israelites. See, I gotta jump on. I gotta jump on this.
Going right on ahead.
Because we talking about mind, right?
Yes, sir.
Gotta be. We say all the time, have to even be on guard of what comes in.
Yes, sir.
Y'all think
Yes, sir.
Of what comes in. So what you watching, what you listening to, we don't consider, but we have to be on guard about that.
Family guy.
There's some brothers in here. Well, can we watch them movies? Y'all know what movies I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
They said, can we watch them movies? And I ain't gonna lie. Oh, me? I hope he gone. But see, I ain't gonna get on here and let nobody think I'm a saint and been a saint all my life. I'm talking about myself. I talk about myself.
That's right.
Because it's therapeutic.
Hallelujah. Hey.
You get a couple hours of that in your head. It don't tell me anything about righteous thoughts when you're going out dealing with a woman. Only thing you can see is what you just been seeing for 2 or 3 hours. I'm telling you from life experience. Only thing you can see when you go out on that date is what you just realized on that took in your mind. And if she come out looking anything to give you that lead, that doorway open, that you gonna have you. There it is now. You have to see good things.
Yes, sir.
You have to, if you're going out on that date, young men, you have to read the book of Ruth.
Hallelujah.
Before you go on your date. Read about Boaz.
Hallelujah.
Hey, one down and said you can sleep it, but ain't nothing happening.
All right.
Don't be deceived, huh? Listening to the R. and thinking you're gonna be strengthened that night. And he's saying fiesta. Y'all gonna be in trouble.
They listen to the watch out.
Yeah, that's why we stopped it right there. Go ahead, brother. And they took them wives of all which they chose. And then look at what Yah said. He said what? Genesis the 6th chapter,
Verse 3.
verse 3.
And Yahweh said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh.
He said, after seeing this, he said, my spirit should not always strive with man, for he is what?
Also flesh.
He's flesh.
Yet,
And if the spirit of man is not of me, his flesh gonna take over. And the flesh is always weak.
Yes, sir. That's beautiful.
So he need a maximum set on him. And what's the max he set on man?
Yet his days shall be 120 years.
Because what angel you know he ever said to live 120 years? He did. He said this on man.
Yes, sir.
For he knew the condition of men. He knew the frailty of men. And he knew men, most of them, would live a life that shortens their days. Because they would live a life outside of him. That's why you see righteous men, totally righteous men, they obtain down all them years. Father Abraham, Father Isaac, Father Jacob. They obtain those years. Because these are the prime examples, because these are men who totally learned to walk with Yah in total harmony in every aspect.
Ah.
That is something, what they call it, rare.
Very rare.
Rarefied air. Most ain't gonna get there. That's why David himself even gonna pen later. He said, it's by reason of strength, we get the 70 in 10 years. We doing good. So most of us ain't simply gonna learn how to yield ourselves completely to walk and I can't stress this enough. If this is the last thing I say, really, how to walk totally with Yah in every single thing. Who to say I'm gonna live like that then? People die every day. Okay, they do. Stop thinking like that.
Right. Yeah.
See, you start thinking, that's saying I don't want to try. Then we might well sit down and pack it up, put these away then.
Right.
Try to live. Try to make 100.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I know. I sure want to see one.
Try to make 100. I know it's troublous time, but try to make 100.
Yes, sir.
Who wouldn't want to see their grandchildren?
Who wouldn't?
Different.
Who wouldn't?
Ooh.
When we have the right mind. But the mind has been so messed up. Like I said, you got young folks, and I do mean young folks, running around talking about they 25, 26, 27-year-olds talking about, oh, I'm old. And every time they tell me that now, I just want to slap their mouth off of them. You don't know what old is.
No.
I just feel so old. And when I was 25, man, I was running. I was in my strength. Everybody call me old. What? Oh, get out of here. Now they talking about.
I know where I was when I turned 21. Charleston, South Carolina, and enlisted club.
Wow,
I
yes.
know exactly.
I know where I was at when I turned 21. We ain't gonna divulge that information.
No, okay. But you know what? Slow GNC is supposed to drink. Y'all remember the
When I turned 21, I was in Georgia with a lot of smoke hanging around me. So you leave it at that. But mannerism, and that's where this is where I'm teaching. The intermingling. And what's the ultimate thing, motivation behind it, to be against it, is integrity of what is produced. Because most of the time, when you allow something to intermingle, you're going to take away the integrity. From both. But definitely from one. And then, let's see, that's why y'all is great. That's why y'all said, I didn't choose you because you were more in numbers.
All right.
And that's why he said, I didn't choose you because you were the strongest. Brothers and sisters, I'm going to tell y'all a big secret why Israel have y'all as a Elohim. Everybody got their head up?
Yes, sir.
You listening?
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Praise you.
The reason why y'all chose us is because truth of the matter is we the most pitiful thing on the face of this planet. Without
Mercy.
Without
Without
it.
Without it.
We are a prey to everything around us.
Yes, sir.
Without it.
Yes, sir.
And the reason why he chose, and we should be thankful that he took, is that's his mercy.
Hallelujah.
That we as a people could be here, because without him, we, as he said, and that's why the book is coming to, we would have long since been gone.
Wiped out.
The only people that would have long since, you talk about the natives, we would have surpassed, just gone. So that's now coming full-fledged. That's why he would give us edicts. Go to Jeremiah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Praise God.
So you got to understand. People getting all bent out of shape, all broken up. He went around with that white woman. He didn't. Well, he think he is an American anyway. He think he a Babylonian anyway. His mannerism is that of something else anyway. He don't have a mannerism of being Israel.
Oh, God.
You think T. Woods had a mannerism of being Israel?
No.
He told you he didn't. He didn't even have the mannerism of being black. He said, I'm whatever that collation thing is he came up with. I'm some everything. So what did he see wrong with dealing with other women from other places?
Nothing. Wasn't nothing wrong with it.
When you have a mindset of mannerism. Y'all don't talk to me now, brothers.
Yeah.
Sisters, y'all close your eyes if you don't want. Come on now. You see, I call brother on carpet when they getting all this. Nah, I don't never remember no white woman in there. Cause that brother I knew ever said, and I grew up with a lot of, I never wouldn't touch no white woman. And next thing I knew, a couple months, couple years, I see them and they got, and I be looking like, huh? Well, come here, brother. I thought you told me you would never. Oh, see, what happened? Nah, because what you have to do is convince yourself sometimes when you have that, you have to talk against yourself so much so you don't make it happen. Try to fool yourself. But I tell people, I know pretty women, beautiful women from all nations.
Yes, sir.
I don't deny that. I don't deny that. Because they are. You getting all this, that is stuff you just trying to insult. And that's
Hey. I don't travel the 7 seas.
but I know, but the Almighty told, that's why he said, what you shouldn't be concentrated on is beauty.
All right.
Because like there's beautiful women in Israel, there's beautiful women all over the place. But what you really want to seek when you're dealing with somebody is their mannerism.
Hallelujah.
Because you run out here thinking that these black women, you can't get along with them and you want to go get a white woman because she's white. And when she busts your head open and takes for everything you got, you in trouble. Now you looking stupid.
And I know some of them too.
I know some of them too. You was trying to run away from that thing, and that's what your sister was gonna do to you, and you found it right over here.
Yes, sir.
And they busted your head wide open.
Yes, sir. Even worse.
Even worse.
You don't believe that? Ask Maya Angelou.
Even worse. So it is the what? It is what we getting at then. When we talk about the intermingling, it is the mannerism. That's why we pointed that out when he said trees after his kind, things after his kind, because they have set mannerisms.
Yes, sir.
That's why he told you, I'm going to move you to jealousy with a people that's not a people. They got a mannerism. That's why we still see we ain't caught on today. You can't figure them out because they have a mannerism.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Either you ain't talking about anything, you just working with them sometimes, and you see them do something, you be like, and talk those some way. We listen to them 700 W, and we be cracking up because the stuff they be saying on there. We just be rolling. It's the mannerism. You be like, they think like that. Yes.
Yes. Yes, they do.
And you getting all upset because you thinking with your way of thinking, and they thinking with their way of thinking, and you say, can't you just? That's why when I'm trying to teach this, that's why when you see these shootings, well, man, if he would have just did, and automatically, what do you see? You see another unjustified shooting, and they see, well, if he would have just did this like this, surely they wouldn't have did that. Because what? Mannerism. It ain't about simply skin cut. It's about mannerism.
Yes, sir. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Praise y'all.
Y'all with me?
Yes, sir.
Elder, go ahead.
You can't go. Better not.
Yes.
You come in.
When I was 9 years old, no snowblood kick.
Well, look at.
But they have to be taught.
Well, look at what the Almighty said. We got Jeremiah.
Yes, sir.
29.
Hallelujah.
And for the integrity of a people. See, this is why I'm teaching this, how I'm teaching this. I want us to get beyond just because of skin color or something like that. I'm talking about understand. Look at what he said. For thus says Yah, verse 4.
Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the Elohim of Israel, unto all that are carried away captives, whom I have caused to be carried away from Jerusalem unto Babylon.
Because they gone now. They in captivity. But look what he says.
Build ye houses and dwell in them.
See, that's a manner, that's a mindset.
Plant gardens.
That's a mindset. Let's go back to that.
Hallelujah.
That's a mindset. Like I tell you, every HBCU that was built by the hands of blacks started off little, and they just kept building on to them. Morehouse, Spelman, all of them. Tuskegee. A lot of the houses down in the old South, they were built by the people on that land. No deed, no mortgage. They built, all they needed was the land. They got the deed to the land. They built on that land.
Oh, God.
Hallelujah.
Brother sent me a video and I watched it. And like I said, I'm mine, boy. I watched it. Because I'm talking about me. And like I said, I'm talking about me and teaching to me. Because sometimes we great with this book, but we better get about being what we talking about. And then stop looking at some people and say, well, they don't have much book like I got. But they about what they do know. And what I saw down there, I marveled at.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Praise God.
I marveled at.
Yes, sir.
I marveled at it. Because all this stuff we talking about, like he said, and he know where he at. He know he in captivity.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But he said, with the power of Yah,
Hallelujah.
I can even overcome my captivity.
Praise God.
Yes, sir.
If I have the Ruach to do so.
Yes, sir. Hallelujah.
And they have acres where they feeding themselves. And they still having trade and commerce with everybody else outside of them. But when it comes to them, they are producing. They ain't just reading and talking. They are producing
Yes, sir.
for themselves.
Hallelujah.
Everything we sitting around here romanticizing about.
Yes, sir.
Clothes,
Make it.
food,
Make it.
schooling.
They doing it. Yeah.
And I can't sit there and be like, oh, they just went. When I sit there and see it, I'll be like, thank you. Huh? I'm like,
Hallelujah. Praise God.
and it's, the thing about it is, with all they have, it's only a few of them down there. I don't even think they number in 100. I don't even want to put it, but it's a few of them down there because with all this talk in Israel, nobody, that's what I said, nobody have the mindset to go down there. So like you said, them that had the mind, them that don't have the mindset that was down there, they gone.
Yep.
Because when you talk about this, as I said, we talking about leaving here, it's a whole nother ball game.
Yes, sir. That already be in it. Do it.
It's a whole nother ball game. That's what Jeremiah is talking about. Continue. Build houses.
Plant ye gardens and eat the fruit of them.
Buy up the land. Buy the land.
Build.
You want to get that? You want to get? Uh-oh.
Go ahead, Moran. Go ahead.
Brother Aaron,
Yes, sir.
let's straighten out that credit situation so you can have a good name. Now, if you straighten that out, here's what we got. We got some land that's sitting over here. Go buy that land. They got some plots of land, 2,000, 3,000. Go buy that land. Then use your good name, your credit worthiness. Get you somebody. Because there's brothers out here. I just got a touch from brothers just this month. He sent me, but there's brothers out here who can build. Tell them, I want to build a house. Now you paying for the loan that you got to build the house, but that's a loan. But you can, and you know how you want to build the house, so build something affordable and conducive for you,
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
and make a plan where it can be yours. There's a way to maneuver even in this captivity,
You get people to see that.
because the mind is a slave mind.
All right, boy, you're
That's why we can't get it. That's why it's not until the Almighty come and slap you. See, I'm just getting it. It ain't until he come and just bang and get you out and shake you out of that slave mind.
yes, sir. Hallelujah.
We've been given from generation to generation. You've been given a slave mind.
Yes, sir.
Like you said, it took her guts to even step out and see. This man know what he has done to create perpetual wealth for him. That's why when you start talking about, he want to label you as crazy when you start talking about breaking them, because you start talking about breaking away from building him and his children wealth.
That's right. Go ahead, Moore.
I got this down south. I got this house. Great granddaddy built it, and it's been in the family. See, we don't even have that. It's been in the family from 1909 to 1939, and that's when he took it. And then in 1959, that's when he took it. And in 1979, that's when he took it. Now I'm getting ready to bequeath it to you. Build ye houses, dwell in them, plant gardens, eat the what?
The fruit of them. Take ye wives and beget sons and daughters.
Because them brothers and sisters ain't got to worry about going to the bazaars. Ain't got to worry about going to Walmart. They overcharging me for these tomatoes. How they grow these tomatoes? Are they ain't got to worry about none of that. I'm looking at that man, he going out, he picking stuff, and then bringing, look at this, okay. He's just eating it. Giving it to the children.
Right.
Ain't washing on nothing. Ain't got to worry about none of that. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Then for those of us that like the bones to fly, he said, turn the camera over there.
All them chickens.
You got all chickens just running, clucking, sheep, lamb, cattle. They own cattle. Top-notch cattle. Turkeys. Brother Buddy pulled that thing out, put it on the grill, boy, my mouth just started, I had to cut it, it was just good. I said, oh, wait a minute. Oh, wow. God. It's wild.
That looking too good.
And none of this is he talking. They living freely, because none of this he talking about, well, I wonder what the enemy done did. I wonder what the oppressor done did. Don't care. Don't care. But I'm gonna be honest with you, my poor pitiful little self, even saying that, my mind is so polluted that it's saying, man, you don't think you could possibly go down there and live with them people. And the only reason why I'm saying that is because they don't want to change.
Yeah.
It's polluted.
Yes, sir.
That's being honest.
That's yes, sir. I had the same thought process.
That's being honest. Ain't nothing wrong with what they got going on. There's something wrong with me.
And all you kept saying, I got plenty of room.
Got plenty of room.
Plenty of room. It was 135 down here.
Got plenty of room.
35 of us.
And ain't nobody running around talking about gunshots.
Nah.
Ain't nobody running around talking about nobody being assaulted.
What are you talking about?
I ain't saying it's a utopia because I know they got problems, because everywhere got problems.
That's right.
I'll tell you about it. My brother sent out the video. But I'm telling you, they about, like he said, he got a gentleman down there that make money.
Yeah.
So he could live anywhere he want to live. in a big fancy house. And that brother has chosen to come down there and stay with them. And was a cameraman. Let's finish this.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Verse 6.
Take you wives
Take wives
and beget sons and daughters.
and beget sons and daughters.
Take wives for your sons
Take wives for your sons
and give your daughters to husbands.
and give your daughters to husbands. Find your daughters a good man. Don't let her find it.
Hallelujah.
Oh, I'm losing y'all. We gonna break. We gonna break. But find them. Find them. She can't find them. He can't find her.
That's right.
And then look what the Creator says. And what's his reasoning behind that?
That they may bear sons and daughters, that ye may be increased
That
there.
you might be that the integrity of you as a people may be sustained.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Because y'all have a certain way. Didn't it say in the book of Esther? Hey, King. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. It said, hey, King. It's a certain people
Yes, sir.
in your kingdom that live a certain way. They have their own set of laws, their own kind of way of living. And they different. You know what books say?
Yeah, that's what it says.
They stand out among all the people in your whole kingdom. Was it beards? No, because in that particular every man knew he'd wear a beard. When you didn't wear a beard, I'm going to say it's either you hopefully couldn't grow one, but if you chose to be real smooth, that says something about you.
Ah. Is that why they said you didn't wear a beard? I couldn't trust you. And they said,
Just saying. Carry on. Carry on. But he says, so it wasn't beard, it wasn't just clothing, it was the mannerism.
hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Praise you.
It was lifestyle. What made him different when he was at the place and the marketplace versus another person that was there? He asked different questions. Is this clean? What are you talking about? Just washed it off. No, is this clean? Everybody around him is trying to figure out what he's talking about. How was this? How was this? How was this? How was this? Oh, by the law, we can't do this. Mannerism.
Hallelujah.
So you should seek somebody after your own manner or your own kind.
Hallelujah.
I want to stress, and it ain't that I'm trying to be no Martin Luther King, but it don't have nothing to do with this. We talking about our lifestyle. Because even in Israel, see, some of us, we married, and there's two different manners in the house.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There's a manner that's trying to hold on to Yah, and there's a manner in the house that's not.
All right.
And what the children is going to get is confliction.
Yes, sir.
I see you do this coming out of daddy, but you do this coming out of mine. And they conflict. Because two different manners. Oh, I'm wearing y'all out, ain't
Nah, go ahead, man. I'm with it.
Huh?
I'm with it.
Can y'all stay with till 4:30 and then we gonna break?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Rock on.
Huh?
Yes, sir. Rolling like a rock star.
Keep your mannerism.
Hallelujah.
As you have your son, teach it what it means to be Israel.
All right.
You have your daughter, teach her what it means to be Israel. That the name of Israel, that the mannerism of Israel, and I mean upright,
Hallelujah.
be known. And then when you be in Israel, what's his next edict, brother? Because see, I want to set manners so we have good mannerism. What's his next edict?
They take you wide. Oh, no. They seek peace.
Do
of
what?
the city.
Do what?
Seek peace.
Because if we walking around with the right mannerism
All right.
that's wrapped up in the Yah,
All right.
we ain't got to walk around
All these screw face.
just mad and tense. And again, I look down there, the children was running all over the place. Everybody just down there, they working, they respecting. I ain't see too much tension. But even those of us who want to talk about how much we on the ball, we even in our own Knesset, we got a whole bunch of tension.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Supposed to be fellowship, and I ain't saying here, because I love it, because I'm starting to, that's gone. This crowd is, I don't even really want no more people coming in here. Because this is, we on track. I love what y'all doing with y'allself. The teeth be smiling, be showing. Everybody, I love it.
Hallelujah.
Keep it
Hallelujah.
up.
Hallelujah.
Because there's some places, I'm telling you, it's like the, even in the Knesset, it's like the Hatfields and McCoys, Jack. They get busy.
They are something else.
They get busy. So if in the Knesset they can't have peace, I know they ain't seeking a peace outside
All right.
in the city. Huh?
All right.
That's why you got them, hey. Uh-oh, nah, I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna get us in trouble.
It's all right. That's all right. Oh. Hallelujah.
He says, seek the peace of the city where I what?
Cause you to be carried away captive.
And not only seek it,
And pray unto Yahweh for it.
is this what y'all saying?
Yes, sir.
Is this what y'all saying?
Yes, sir. Hallelujah.
So while we running around talking about damn Babylon, destroy it, and all this so crazy, we want to see unrest. I want the smoke. When they gonna start? And you gonna be the first one running down the block and trying to hide yourself in the garbage can. It'll break off. I don't want to see nothing. We gonna see it, but I don't want it. I ain't trying to hasten it. Christ said, woe to him. Woe to him. You don't know what you ask. Woe. Put on the brakes that's asking for the day of destruction.
I can't wait until the month. Yeah,
You better wait. You better wait.
Because they love rumble in the jungle.
You better wait, because you ain't seen.
Yeah. Even though we see stuff, this is just lightweight.
You ain't seen. Huh? When they say, who let the dogs out? You ain't seen. He says, seek and pray unto Yah for it. For in his peace, should you have peace.
Hallelujah. For thus said Yahweh of hosts, the Elohim of Israel, let not your prophets and your diviners that be in the midst of you deceive you, neither hearken to your dreams, which you cause to be dreams.
I had a dream. We gonna get some guns and liberate ourselves. get rockets. And we was just shooting them and blowing up stuff. And then the 10,000 white men came and bowed down, and they said, go home. You better let him dream. Creator said, why? For they prophesy what? Falsely unto you in my name. And I have not sent them. For thus said Yahweh, that after 70 years, what I told you and how long I told you you're going to be here, it will not change until that come to pass. And I said 70 years. I didn't mean 69. I didn't mean 69 and a half. I didn't mean 69 and 3/4. I said 70 years must be accomplished. Then will I visit you and perform my good word toward you in causing you to return to this place. So deal with it. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. But the reason why he told us not to mingle is because he wanted us to maintain our integrity as a people. That Israel always had a pedigree as a people. That they don't diminish like they are. That's why we so few, because we have mingled and the pedigree have been lost. And that's why we so few in number. That's why people are even saying, man, I didn't even know you. The woman called in and told me, you didn't even know I was an Israelite. And you're like, oh. But they see us, they see so few. Then sometimes when they do see us, the pedigree and the integrity, it's not there. Because there ain't no ZZs.
Ain't no conversation.
There ain't no mention about Yah and his name.
Conversation.
There's very little denoting like it was denoting in the days of old. Manner. Go back to Genesis.
Hallelujah.
I want to make this.
Oh, well, what was last at?
I want to make this point of mannerism.
Genesis chapter 25.
Verse 21.
Hallelujah.
Sorry, verse 20.
Yes, sir. Genesis chapter 25, verse 20. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife.
How old was he?
40.
How old was he?
40 years old.
Huh? I ain't saying nothing, but somebody should have helped me. Talking about 21, 22. Talking about you gonna get married.
Right. I did. 3 times.
I'm gonna kick him. He come to me talking about 20, 18, 19, 21, 20. I'm gonna kick him. I'm gonna kick him. All of them. I'm gonna kick him dead in there. If I can lift my leg that high still, I'm gonna kick him smack dab in what the sister says you hear and it lifts it up. Yeah, I'm gonna lay one of them on him. You better get out of Dodge. You better go find yourself. Said he was what?
40
Oh,
years
that's old
old.
school, pops. Yeah, you ain't gonna make it if you don't get out of here with that nonsense. You better believe it is. You better work on you.
Hallelujah.
See, at 21, like I said, I'm still learning now. I ain't ashamed no more.
All right.
So I definitely tell you, at 21, I was a boy in what they call a man body.
All right now.
I was still loving to do boyish things and think boyish ways. Really didn't even know what it meant. And I didn't get married at 21. I got married later than that. But I definitely knew at 21. But that's the one thing my mom hit me with when I was in high school. She said, look, I can't beat it out of you. Can't put you on punishment. She said, but I tell you this. She said, you have a baby coming here? She said, all that stuff you're doing is gone. So I ain't taking care of it. I said, oh. So I like still run around, play bad ball, do everything. Hey, I be trembling, girl. Not many of them came, but the ones that did, I didn't even know nothing. I was that in the crowd, just trembling, like, be scratching his head and breaking them. Cause I was still immature.
Yes, sir.
So again, mannerism, that's what we find out. Have you matured? See, you're not ready to do this type of thing until you mature.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Right?
That's called mindset. But this brother right here, he was how old?
40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, and the Syrian of Pandaram, the sister of Laban, the Syrian. And Isaac entreated Yahweh for his wife because she was barren, and Yahweh was entreated of him. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived. And the children struggled together within her. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of Yahweh. And Yah said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
What's in your womb?
2 nations.
2 nations.
And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
And what's coming out of you?
2 manner of people.
Same mama, same father, but he said it's 2 different nations and it's 2 different manners of people. That will come out. One being Israel, one being Esau. And later down the road, although he didn't put no great emphasis that you could, later down the road, the Almighty, you don't see Israelites just jumping in and out of relationships or seeking after Edom or Esau.
Right.
Esau got his,
That's right.
and he should marry after him. Israel got theirs, and Israel should marry after Israel. You don't see a lot of writings where they crossed over.
No, sir.
And they come from the same mother, and they came from the same father, same womb. But it was 2 different type of people, 2 different type of mannerisms. And as you study, you'll see the 2 different mannerisms manifest themselves.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. Praise God.
How does Jacob or how does Isaac even get his wife? Like I said, we got 10 more minutes. How does Jacob even or Isaac even get his wife? Go to Genesis 24.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Start at verse 1.
Genesis chapter 24, verse 1. And Abraham was old and well stricken in age, and Yahweh had blessed Abraham in all things. And Abraham said unto his eldest servant of his house, that ruled over all that he had, put, I pray thee, thy hand under my thigh, and I will make thee swear by Yahweh, the Elohim of heaven, and the Elohim of earth, that thou shalt not take a wife unto my son of the daughters of the Canaanites, among whom I dwell.
So he was so serious, he told him, you're going to swear not to go and find my son a woman from these people. But rather what?
But thou shalt go unto my country.
Go back to what?
My country.
Where I came from.
And to my kindred.
Go back to who?
My kind.
Where I come from, my kindred, my kind.
And take a wife unto my son Isaac.
And that's where you'll find him, his wife.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Don't go seeking him a wife from people that's totally diverse from me and what I know and how I came up. Go back to where I came from and what I know and get him a wife from my kind.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Praise God.
Why? Because he would understand their manner. He'd be familiar with their manner. And they were familiar. That's why when he got there, what he was looking for, Abraham told, it'll be there. It'll be there. Because the servant was worried it wouldn't be there. He said, trust in Yah and look for it, because it's going to be there. And when he got there, he found it.
It was there.
It was there.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
That will play out again. Go to Genesis 28,
Hallelujah.
verse 1.
Genesis chapter 28, verse 1. And Isaac called Yaakov and blessed him and charged him and said unto him, thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan.
Said the same thing to him.
Arise, go to Pandaram.
Go back to Pandan Aram. Go back to my father's house. Abraham, your grandfather. Go back to his house, where he came from.
To the house of Bethuel, to thy mother's father, and take thee a wife from thence of the daughters of Laban, thy mother's brother.
So that's where you go and find it. And El Shaddai bless you and make you fruitful, multiply you, that you may be a multitude of people, and give thee the blessing of Abraham to thee, and to thy seed with thee, that thou might inherit the land wherein thou art a sojourner, which Elohim gave unto Abraham, to keep the integrity.
Hallelujah.
Because he told him he would be a father of many nations, but he only promised the promised land to one nation, and not a mingled nation. I digress.
Hallelujah.
Any comments before we get ready to take our break? Any comments? Any comment, my brother? Any comment? Now there's some nations, since there's no comment, just this one last thing then, so you can see the mannerism. Before I'll let you go. Deuteronomy 21. But I can go through the book. Like I said, you know, some might not prefer this teaching, they're gonna say, oh, he don't know what he's talking about. But I can go through the book and make a point that it's mannerism.
Hallelujah. Deuteronomy chapter 21.
So you don't have to, because like I said, so you don't have to walk around being all uptight and upset. You're gonna see your brothers with women of other nations. That's because they don't need know nothing about themselves.
All right.
You saying Kanye West
Don't know nothing.
What?
Boy, don't. I don't get everything right, but that boy about as loony as a Looney Tune. And the people that with him, and to show you them, and I thank you for mentioning. I have to say, because the scriptures say, even if a man walking in the spirit of falsehood, being a drunkard, prophesied to these people, he'd be a prophet to them. And they were praising my brother, because you know he have church now at his house. And he brought another rapper there. And he prayed. And they were going on one of the radio stations about how good his prayer was. I just dropped my head and said, mercy, God. Mercy, God. Mercy, God. I'll mention names later, but I said, mercy, God. This is what we come to. I guess like Donald Trump can be president, anybody can be a preacher. But let's get this real quick so we can get to this mannerism.
Deuteronomy chapter 21.
Yes, verse 10.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
When thou goest forth to war against thy enemies, and Yahweh thy Elohim have delivered them into thy hands, and thou hast taken them captive.
You taking them captive?
And seest among the captives a beautiful woman.
Because who's to say you're not?
And
Who's to say you get off of that stuff? Who to say you're not?
Right.
You went out, you fought the enemy. You start rounding up women, you like, because he already, when you study Torah, he done told you one where he just annihilate everybody. But you ain't finding them attractive anyway. You like, man. But these are ones amongst the ones where you can, and you look and you like, wait a minute. Hold on. And they parading my ear. Hold on. And you grab it, you pull it out there. Bro, what you doing? I ain't saying that. Huh? He said, what? You find a beautiful woman and would have desire unto her, that you would have her to what?
Wife.
You want to make her your wife.
Then thou shalt bring her home to thy house.
You got to get good perspective, because if he just talking about you can't, period, then there ain't no even need for this law.
All right.
If you can't mess with a woman outside, it ain't even no need for this law. You have to have understanding. And have the book reveal what he's talking about. But he said you might find one, and you might want to take her to wife. He said, but what you should do is don't get too happy yet. Do what, brother?
Then thou shalt bring her to thy house.
Take her home.
And she shall shave her head.
Now let's test you. Let's test you. Let's let her shave all that hair off.
And part her nails.
And you got to study, because see, and it's like that today. Uh-oh. I want to dance around.
Go ahead. Don't dance around.
So y'all don't get too upset.
Now don't tiptoe on.
That's the reason why they making killings in hair stores.
All right.
Because not nothing new, ain't nothing new in the sun. A woman's prettiness, adornment has always been long hair. For some reason, that does something to God. Yeah, it does. He's like, ooh. It does something to God. It does, the long hair, it does something to God. That's why y'all might go in Isaiah and say, short. So when you see, that's why he said, let her shave it off. Pull it. And now you don't see it. What they were talking about the other day. The sister said, she said, I turned around and my head turned, but my wig didn't. Said the brother looking at her like, what the? Because he saw something that he.
Say her hair turned, the wig.
Said the hair turned, but the wig didn't go with it. Let her bring her home, shave her head, let her nails grow. Let her be unmanicured, unkept. Huh? But I don't know about y'all, but it used to be a fashion thing. I know in the 70s, they used to grow them real long. And I used to be like, ain't no way you ever think about touching me with nothing like that. They was all the way out there curling up and stuff like.
I know.
So this is what y'all might say. Let them grow because now they start to look like you gonna see things, you like, oh, whoa, hey, hold on now. She wasn't in that state that you saw her in. And she shall put on the raiment of her captivity from off her, and she'll remain in the house and bewail her father and mother a full month. And after that, thou shalt go in unto her and be her husband, and she shall be your wife. Because we're gonna see now that you get to see some things differently, what's your real desire? What's your real mindset? Because your mindset, and in doing that, you have an interaction with it. If your mindset really is from within, she's desired. I found something that's even supersede, because you're having a reaction. It ain't that you just shut her up and she up somewhere just sitting and bald headed and nails growing. You have an interaction with her. To find out, but you're trying to find out something that's deeper than what just got you attracted to her.
Yeah.
Within that full month.
Yes, sir.
And while she's mourning, because guess what? She in deep sorrow.
Pain.
Little resentment.
Yeah.
So now you're finding out what she'll be like when she get what?
Mad.
Upset.
She has your neck.
You still want her?
Kill her whole family. You got her in your house. You killed her whole family. You got her in your house.
But it's to find out her mannerism. Is she compatible? And will she eventually submit? Because all that's dead. That's what that's all about. But if she won't submit to you, you better not take her.
All right.
Sister, you don't want no man you gotta wrestle with.
All right.
If it ain't,
say
that. Stop that.
Say that.
And you don't want no woman you gotta wrestle with.
All right. Say that, boy.
Huh?
After lunch.
That's after lunch.
I'll leave a little bit for the plate. Leave a little bit for the plate.
You get hors d'oeuvres now.
4:35. Any comments? We getting ready to break.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Just one about that. But so in all actuality, intermingling with other cultures is cool if their mannerism is the same or is it calm. Because just by the story, they was rapists, put it like that, in the story.
But what story?
In Genesis 34 we read, that's what made me bring up the question when we was talking about giving our daughters to them and their daughters to us. Their mannerism was different than ours, so how was that intermingling supposed to be the process? I guess that's what my question is, how would we intermingle with somebody who seemed different than us in that story? Was it okay for Jacob to get that sanction, or is it still against the law? Or
Well, here's the thing. There's preference. And the preference, we're talking about it, could you intermingle? Yes, with some nations you can. But as we see with the spirit of our father Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, your preference should always be what you know. Why try to go figure out something that's foreign to you when you have what you already know, what you're already familiar with. So your desires, then when you understand your people, your desires should be to your people. That's why David said, my desire is to all the saints of the Most High. That's who I desire to be. What desire is there to be with other people? But could we? Yes. Even Bathsheba, her husband was a what? Hittite. But what made him so exceptional is his mind state. He made, as I said earlier, a full conversion. Just like Ruth was but her mind state, she made a full conversion. Your people will be my people. Your Elohim will be my Elohim. That means she was willing and did give up everything about her and Moabite culture to come and go and live and start living in Israelite manner, form, and culture.
I brought up another question in my mind, but I'll wait.
We'll wait. We'll wait. They grab the whole key getting deeper and deeper. But I promise 4:30. So let us stand so somebody can pray us out so I don't get chewed out. And last week they was gonna take my head off. Brother Haikai. Yes, sir.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Praise God. Thank you, Yahweh. Thank you, Yahweh, for the blessings bestowed upon us this day. Thank you, Yahweh, for watching over us and keeping us safe. For watching over your people in Israel. Father God, Yah, as we take this break, God, let us not forget the things in which we set out to do. Being that this is your holy, sanctified day, your Sabbath day, God. Let us not partake into our own words and commit to doing our own things on your holy Shabbat day. But let us take time to reflect on the lesson in which we learned this day, God. And let us take time to stretch and amend and gather ourselves together. And take a little moment to fellowship with one another as we endure on this break. And come back from this break willing and with a willing heart and a willing spirit to seek you and learn more about you. And we seek you, Yah, and we call upon your name in peace and in everlasting truth by saying hallelujah.
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 Praise my Yahweh. Yah
He is Christ
all the time. On the day and night. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.